and today we are going to be looking at finding the number of solutions to an equation, and this is a part 1 of 3 parts. The first part today we are going to be talking about is finding what one solution looks like. So we're going to begin by looking at one example, and I'm going to go ahead and write down the equation. We have 3 times the quantity x minus 4 equals 2 times the quantity x minus 1. So as stated in the previous videos, we always want to draw a wall down the middle of our equation to separate the left side from the right side. Since we have parentheses here, we need to go ahead and begin by using the distributive property. We have 3x for 3 times x, and 3 times 4 will give us the 12, and we're going to bring down the minus sign. So now, we are going to bring down our equal sign, and again, we have to address the parentheses on the right side, so we're going to also distribute. So we have 2 times x giving us 2x. We have 2 times the negative 1 giving us the negative 2. So now what we're going to do is we're going to isolate the variable. Isolate meaning get x by itself on one side. I'm going to do this by always choosing the smaller variable. In this case, 2x is smaller. And we're going to perform the opposite or the inverse. And what we do to one side, we must do the same thing on the other side to keep our equation balanced. 3x's minus 2x's is going to give us 1x, and then we're going to just simply bring everything else down. I like to say let the chips fall. Okay? So now we are going to continue to isolate our variable by getting x, or 1x in this case, by itself. We do that again by performing the opposite or the inverse. We have negative 12, so we do the opposite, which is positive 12. And what we do to one side, we must do to the other, leaving us with 1x equals 10. 1x equals 10. Or x equals 10. Remember, 1x is the same thing as just x. So now we have our solution. So, back to the original question is, what was the number of solutions? Any time that you just get an answer, x equals a number, a whole number, it can be a fraction, it can be a decimal, this would represent one solution. And what that means is, what that actually means is when you check this equation, that means that this answer, x equals 10, is the only solution that will actually work for this equation. So I'm going to go ahead and just show it to you to prove it to you. So I'm going to rewrite the original question, and we're going to check x equals 10 to show you that this, in fact, is the only answer that we'll check in this. And that's what one solution means. So I'm going to quickly draw my barrier. I'm going to quickly sub in 10 wherever I see x. Okay, I have 10 minus 4, which is going to give me 6. Remembering to do parentheses first for order of operations. Parentheses comes first in PEMDAS. And then here we have 10 minus 1. Again, we do what's in parentheses first. So now a number touching parentheses indicates multiplication. And then 2 times 9 on the other side, again, gives us 18. And as we can see, this checks. Now, again, this means one solution because if I tried to sub in 5 or negative 2 or 1/2, that, in fact, is going to not check out. Okay, so this equation in part 1 of our video is what one solution looks like. You actually get an answer. X equals an actual answer. Thank you, and stay tuned for part 2 next time.